This is a complete guide to learning Chinese by yourself. It's also a guide to my app HanziPro. And by self-study, I mean learning Chinese with just your phone. No language school, no private teacher every day. Just a clear system and consistent practice. This video has 8 parts, and feel free to jump to the section you need. It works for learners at any level because we are building a complete learning system. Now, let's get started. First, learn Pinyin, the pronunciation system for Mandarin Chinese. Pinyin uses the Latin alphabet, so it may already look familiar to English speakers. Some sounds are also quite similar. For example, more and for are close to the beginning sounds in mother and father. Pinyin has 3 main parts: initials, finals, and tones. In English, pitch often expresses emotion. In Mandarin, it can change the meaning of a word. For example, ma, 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 ma. HanziPro covers the complete pronunciation system, including initials, finals, and tones, with audio examples. The goal of learning Pinyin is simple: to build a foundation for correct pronunciation so you can open your mouth and start speaking Chinese. Next, learn Chinese characters. English uses letters to spell words. Chinese writing uses characters that usually represent meaningful units. For example, the character 电 means electricity. You can find it in 电话 telephone, 电脑 computer, 电视 television. HanziPro lets you explore individual characters inside words, hear their pronunciation, watch their stroke order, and practice writing them. But if you are new to Chinese, a character may look like a complicated picture that is difficult to remember. Instead of memorizing the whole character as one image, break it down into smaller, familiar parts. These parts are called radicals and character components. Chinese radicals and components can give you clues about character's meaning or pronunciation. For example, 水 is connected with water. You can find it in 河 river, 海 sea, 湖 lake. Instead of seeing random strokes, you begin to see familiar parts. HanziPro includes lessons on common radicals and shows how they appear inside different characters. You don't need to memorize every radical first. Learn the common ones and keep noticing them in new characters. For more complex characters, HanziPro's animations highlight the radical in red, making the character's structure easier to see. So let's quickly summarize the first 3 sessions. Pinyin helps you pronounce Chinese correctly, while Chinese characters are the writing system. Radicals help you understand how those characters are built. If you are a complete beginner, give yourself 1 or 2 weeks to become familiar with these basics. I organized everything you need into the HanziPro Beginner series. The lessons are simple, but still cover the essentials you need to move forward. Next, we need to learn how Chinese characters come together to form meaningful words and sentences. The HSK levels give us a clear learning path. HSK stands for 汉语水平考试, or the Chinese Proficiency Test. It is a standardized test for non-native Chinese speakers. Even if you don't plan to take the test, its levels provide a useful learning roadmap and help you avoid materials that is too difficult. HanziPro organizes its courses by HSK level. After the beginner series, you can start building your vocabulary and sentences from HSK1. Each HSK level has its own word list. For example, HSK1 includes 300 words, and HanziPro has already organized them into lessons for you. At the beginning, focus on the most basic and useful words, especially common pronouns, verbs, and nouns. For example, 我, 你, 吃, 喝, 饭, 水, With just these basic words, you can already make simple sentences. 我吃饭 I eat. 你喝水 You drink water. Once you know some basic words, the next step is grammar, combining those words into meaningful sentences. In English, verbs often change their form. I go, I went. In Chinese, the verb usually stays the same. Instead, Chinese uses particles to change the meaning. For example, 他去中国 He goes to China. 他去过中国 He had been to China. 他去中国了 He has gone to China. The verb 去 meaning to go stays the same. The particles 过 and 了 change the meaning of the sentence. Some Chinese particles such as 过 了 ma 吧 don't have simple English equivalents. Each HSK series in HanziPro includes a grammar module that explains these words through phrases and complete sentences, teaching you how to build Chinese sentences correctly. Once you can build sentences, the next step is learning how to communicate around a specific topic. A topic gives relative vocabulary and grammar a real purpose. For example, in a self-introduction topic, you might learn how to ask, 你叫什么名字? 我叫大卫. You can then continue the conversation by asking where someone is from, what they do, or what languages they speak. Each HSK series in HanziPro includes topic modules built around everyday situations, such as introductions, family, food, shopping, and travel. Finally, you need to remember what you learned. Think about how easily you can say an English phrase like, how are you? You don't assemble it word by word. You retrieve the whole phrase automatically. That's also the goal of Chinese review in HanziPro. You can save important words and sentences and review them using spaced repetition. Over time, common Chinese words and sentence patterns become faster and more natural to retrieve. So, this is a complete roadmap for learning Chinese by yourself. HanziPro is available on the App Store and Google Play. I hope this guide helps you find a clear and more effective way to learn Chinese. Thanks for watching and see you next time.